So what do lonely bloggers do on a rainy Friday night? We attempt to make vlogs about the goodies we received at BEA. So I don't typically make vlogs, but I thought it would be an interesting change and something to keep me busy tonight. I'm going to talk about what it was like on the exhibitor floor as a power reader, because it's the one thing I didn't get to as far as my posts go. And I'm sorry for all the ums and ahs. I don't do this often. Anyway, so after our publisher speed dating, which was awesome, as I mentioned, my friend Tiffany and I decided to go up to the exhibitor floor to check it out. We checked our bags first because she had a small little rolling kind of attaché case, briefcase, whatever you want to call it. And I had a carry-on size suitcase and they were full. It was a little intense to go up there. It was really busy. Lots of booths. We didn't know what we were doing as power readers. Nobody told us this is the protocol, this is what you can and can't do. So even though Tiffany had been there as a literary publicist several years ago when it was in DC, she was never really on this side of things. So we kind of wandered around from booth to booth. We knew we wanted to go to the, the main houses, and once we got up there, we kind of noticed that people weren't really giving us a lot of attention. We would go into a booth, and if we saw people, representatives talking to other people handing out books, we'd kind of, creep up alongside of them and stick our hand out and see if they would give us stuff. And that worked sometimes. But, I didn't want to be rude and go up to them and say, can I have something? Because power readers, they were saying, oh, you're lucky to be invited in because it's not really a reader exhibition. It's for people in the industry. A green lanyard kind of made people look the other way when we were coming. So that's not to say all of them ignored us. There were several people who were super excited to tell us what was going on, what they had coming out. If they didn't have books to hand out, we got swag. Let me show you some. I thought this was really funny. Now it tells you all the parts of the cat. Important to know the butt. Weird loose skin. Sensitive whiskers that detect motion and trouble. So can you see that? Very important you know the parts of your cat. I also got a sample of the Yarn Whisperer because it's written by a knitter, which I thought was pretty cool. I also spotted this really cool sampler. It was an awesome book if you haven't read it. And so they're making this graphic novel version. If you haven't read it, see these kind of creepy circus freak pictures? From what I had heard, the author went to like flea markets, auctions, whatever, and found all these kinds of weird pictures and then wrote the story around them, made them the character, which I thought was a really cool way of doing things. I also got cookbook samplers, allergy-free vegan recipe, avid vanilla cupcakes. That kind of looks pretty tasty, don't you think? What else? One of the cool things we got. It's my Dork Diaries satchel, and kind of appropriate and pretty dorky. Hence my Doctor Who shirt and the fact that I'm home on a Friday night making a vlog for you people. Then there's the books. It looks awesome. It's young adult, Burning Sky. I heard it was really good. I'm going to try to read and review a lot of these so that you guys can have an idea of what's coming. The Book of Paul, I've seen it on, on Amazon, and I'm pretty sure I follow him on Twitter, so I got a signature, which was cool. There seemed to be a lot of authors who wrote gay and lesbian stories. I'm glad to see that kind of stuff is coming out more, especially since, I've written something like that as well. This was one that was there. The author signed this for me. He also gave me Naughty Magnets, which I think is pretty funny. One, Nothingness of Ben. I read this. It's pretty good. Vessel. I picked it up because, I like Asian stuff. Both these authors were there. Harlequin was one of those booths where the people were really friendly and outgoing. This book, they said, is really getting rave reviews. Who can pass up a good romance, right? From Harlequin is we have a novella called Cake. Hopefully this cake is not a lie. We shall see. It's William Shakespeare's Star Wars. And look, he's all like blinged out on the cover. We didn't get that many books actually on the floor. Because like I said, we didn't really know if it was proper to go up and ask. And also because people were already packing up. There were empty booths. Anyway, the last book we got, Secret Storms. Super interesting. I talked to them a little. They both signed it for me. They were very cool. And that's kind of it. All in all, I would certainly go back. I had a good time. I do think in the future they ought to let the power readers know how things are supposed to work, what you can do, what you can't do. Nobody wants to make social faux pas, and I don't want to come off as rude or ungrateful. And maybe a better mapping system of where things are. One of the talks I had wanted to see was on the Midtown stage. No idea where that was until I actually got onto the exhibitor floor and saw that they had different stages downtown, Midtown. It would have been nice if it had been on the map so I knew where it was. The app was handy, but all in all, good experience. I would definitely go back. I would prefer to go back for all 3 days because I really missed some authors I would have loved to have seen. Next year we shall see. Maybe I'll come back as a blogger. Maybe I can come back as an author if something awesome happens within the year. I guess we'll see. But all in all, good time. Definitely worth the money. Hope you enjoyed. And if you have any questions, leave them in the comments and I'll get back to you. Thanks.